Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Field Engineering. Today we're going to be talking about gas pressure. So Mark, talk to me a little bit about the importance of measuring gas pressure and why that would even matter to a contractor.
Well, anytime that contractor goes to install a new piece of equipment, or if he's servicing an existing piece of equipment, we want to find out, is that gas pressure correct? Is the gas pressure that's coming in, from the meter correct within the range of, what that equipment will accept? And going out, on the outlet side of the gas valve, is it correct so that we're ensuring that that equipment is firing within its proper range?
Okay.
Okay.
So what would be a problem, or what could happen if it wasn't firing within its proper range?
We can have, if something's overfired, we don't have enough air, and I know we've talked about combustion, in the past. So if we've got more fuel than air, we can have soot build up,
Okay.
in that piece of equipment. If that gets bad enough, then we have carbon monoxide that can spill out in if our heat exchanger gets plugged up.
Okay. That's
Gas
bad
pressure
usually,
can be,
right?
Yep, exactly, can be pretty serious.
Okay.
On the other end of it, let's say that the piping was not installed correctly, or maybe they've replaced their water heater. Now on-demand water heaters are becoming more popular. Well, rather than 30 or 40,000 BTU of a standard underfired tank water heater, now maybe that's 150 or a 200,000 BTU on-demand water heater.
Okay.
So now when that comes on and the furnace comes on, if the gas line isn't sized appropriately, your gas pressure is
They're
going
not
to
gonna be
drop.
enough. Okay.
So, and unless you have a manometer to check that, you're just guessing.
All right. So walk us through the testing procedure. How would you test it?
So this actually, our EM201B, which is the one that we've got here today,
Okay.
is a dual inlet manometer. So we've got both sides of that pressure diaphragm. So we've got more uses we can do than just gas pressure.
Okay.
But we're going to put that on our positive side. We're going to hook that up to our gas valve, and we can select whether we want inches of water column, PSI, pascals. We've got several different scales that we can select.
Okay.
And anytime you're checking gas pressure, you want all the appliances to be operating
Okay.
at that time. Because
So like the furnace and the say if they have a range or stove or
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, even a gas dryer.
All right.
If they've got a gas dryer. Because anything that's using, from that line, we want to make sure that while all those appliances are operating, that gas line is sized correctly, that you still have enough supply to those pieces of equipment so they operate correctly.
Okay. So what happens if you find out that your pressure's too low? Like you don't have enough coming. What do you do next?
One of the main things is you're going to see that equipment is not going to have the output. So I mean, in the case of heating, maybe the house doesn't maintain temperature. During extreme periods.
Yeah.
So that's some of the problems it can have. And if you ever call into the manufacturer for troubleshooting, and you're saying, "Hey, I've got a problem with this piece of equipment," they're going to say, "Hey, what's your gas pressure? They're going to ask, what's your voltage? And just it's right. That really doesn't help.
Okay.
They got to have the number
Sure.
to see, hey, what is it exactly?
All right. I see that you guys have some parts and pieces. So how do we actually use it?
Okay. So we got a couple different styles of tubes here. So, this particular tube, we've got a threaded fitting on it. So this would, some gas valves, you're going to take out the plug, thread this into the valve. Now it's going to pull out the plug. And that's going to go on our barb fitting
Okay.
on our gas line. And when this is on the gas valve, we're going to see what that pressure is.
Okay.
Some other valves, you're not going to remove a plug. They've just got a inside screw that you loosen up, and then you'll slide this barb fitting out, and it's going to slide over that post to get that gas pressure.
Right. And do you ever actually put anything else on the other port? Or
We do.
Okay.
Sometimes maybe we're checking a pressure switch to find out, hey, is the pressure switch bad? Or maybe the combustion fan is hanging up, it's dragging. So it's not, so if we can put those in, and then you can see what that differential pressure is.
Okay.
Or we've got a kit that includes our static pressure tubes,
Okay.
so that if we want to check external static pressure, which we're checking the return and the supply and seeing what that is, because, and especially with your zoning,
Yeah,
you
right.
guys are familiar with that.
course.
Hey, external static pressure is how much CFM that fan is going to move, in the piece of equipment. So there we're going to put one on the positive side, one on the negative side. And basically that's going to save that contractor from having to write them both down and then do the math and say, okay, well, I'm going to add these up. You're going to see differential if you're doing external static pressure with those tips.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for coming on, talking a little bit about pressure, the importance of measuring and how we're going to use a product like this from UEI. I appreciate it. If you guys have any more questions about this product or anything else that we carry here at Jackson Systems, just contact us at 888-652-9663 or check us out at jacksonsystems.com. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to smack that like button below. And if you want notifications on brand new videos that are coming out tailored just for you, be sure to subscribe right here to the Jackson Systems YouTube channel. Now, if there's some videos you missed, you can always check it out right here. Go ahead and click subscribe. Other videos, like, do it.